Hiya folks, Gord Pyzer here, and what I want to talk about today, we're on an absolutely torrid walleye bite here on Lake Winnipeg, and we're using the Kamooki Smartfish. Just a phenomenal bait for these big open water greenbacks. But if there's a problem, folks tend to fish them. I'll show you the best way to work it actually. I've got my sonar here, and I'm just following the bait. I've put it in the hole and I'm following it down. And the interesting thing is we've heard a lot of people talk about sometimes they'll jig and the back hook gets caught on their line. Honest truth, in 2 days on the ice, I have not had it happen once. And it's just you let it fall. Even when you let it fall on a free fall like that, it's what we call it is controlled slack. So yes, it's falling on slack, but it's controlled slack. I'm following that back down. Now, here's the other thing. When you jig a bait, and I don't care what bait it is, there are two phases. There's an attracting phase and a triggering phase. So what I tend to do is I work it pretty aggressively. It's got rattles in it, and the reason for the rattles, you want to call fish in. I can call fish in from 20, 30, 40 feet away. That's the attracting phase. So I can feel it, I can hear it, and the walleyes working along this ridge line here, they feel that bait and they turn around, they see it, and now they start coming over. So I work it reasonably aggressively, and then I'll be watching my screen, and then all of a sudden a walleye pops in. Now I transfer from the attracting phase to the triggering phase, and the triggering phase is now I'm not ripping it. I remember how that fish came in, but now I see it on my bait, and I'm just working that rod tip, working the rod tip. Here's the other important thing. What you do not want to do is make it easy for the fish. The worst thing you can do is make it easy for the fish. What you want to do is actually behave. You want that lure to behave now like a minnow. So here's a 2.5-inch minnow. It's got a 10-pound walleye looking at it. What's that minnow going to do? It starts to rise to swim away. And the walleye sees that, and it's a triggering mechanism. So I see that walleye come in. I now start to just barely move the rod. If it reacts to that and starts coming up, I keep twitching it. But if it doesn't hit, now I take it away, boom! And it works for lake trout, it works for northern pike, it works for yellow perch, it works for black crappie, and it has been dynamite the last 2 days for these big greenback walleyes. So always remember, an attracting phase to call them in. They come in, now you want to trigger them. Bounce it up and down, bounce it, here he comes, take it away, boom, set the hook. 2 phases, you do that. Put on one of these Kamooki Smartfish, I guarantee you'll catch the biggest walleye you've ever caught in your life.